Today we are doing some makeup. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. The Santa Maria here, and yes, you all have asked. It's been a long time since I've done anything related to it, but you know what? There's been a lot of new makeup coming out and I've missed it, and it's time to do a video. Today I'm going to share my basic normal complexion routine, but with a little bit of a twist because we will be using a new product that has come out. This one I've seen all over social media. There's been a lot of hype around this. Luckily, my local Ulta had it in store and I was able to get it. And today we're going to be using the new Juvia's Place I Am Magic Natural Radiance Foundation. I know that's a mouthful. Yes, Juvia's Place decided to give us a new foundation. This isn't their first foundation. We'll talk about that in a minute, but I decided why not do my complexion routine with you all. I have on absolutely nothing right now, but just my normal morning skincare routine. Let me know if you want to see that in another video. We can talk about it. Let me know in the comments below. But yes, I have on nothing but a clean face and moisturizer. Yes. Oh, and for my lips, I have on the Carmex Daily Care lip balm. This is in the fresh cherry one. I love this. It's what I always prep my lips in when I'm about to do makeup. Fragrance of the day, we're going to rock with, this is Bond No. 9's New York Nights. So I smell like coffee and deliciousness right now. It's amazing. But we need to get ready and we need to do our complexion routine. So let's get into it. First things first, when it comes to complexion, I always like to prep my skin with Bobbi Brown's Face Base Vitamin Enriched Primer. Y'all, I promise this stuff is amazing. I'm so late to the game on this product. I've been using it now for over a year. And I have a backup bottle already. Check the dent in there so you know it's real. This stuff is really good. I buy the double pack they do on special every year at the holiday time. It's like really, really good. But essentially it's a moisturizer and a makeup primer all in one. And when I say Bobbi Brown slapped and really did something when they made this, they did that. So let that sit in the skin. I'm gonna press that in a little bit. And I have my mirror here to the side of my camera. So if you see me looking this way a lot, it's because my mirror is there and I want to make sure things are blended properly and y'all don't think, she don't know how to do her makeup. But yes, so this is literally like what I do all the time before I get on camera to film my other content, you know, my candle reviews and my perfume reviews. Yes, your girl has to get ready. For those newer elves that might not know, I am a retired professional makeup artist, by the way. So makeup was my first love. Did it for years, did it for others, weddings, photo shoots, you name it. I used to do it. But now I enjoy the leisure life of just doing my makeup when I just go out for every day and to film. So next product I like to use is for my slight hyperpigmentation spots I have. I use my Lancome Tint Idole Ultra Wear All Over Concealer. The foundation is amazing and it's by Lancome, the Tint Idole. I need to get a bottle of it again. It's been a minute. I've owned like 3 bottles of it in the past. I wear the shade 460 in the concealer because of that warmthness that's in here. Foundation, I normally would do shade 450 in the wintertime, and I would do 460 in the summer when I would be a little bit more tan. But the concealer, I like a little bit of warmth year round because you gotta cover up your spots. So I always go in with some under my eye here. Like I said, we are doing my complexion routine. Got some here on my cheeks. And the chin. Can we talk about how at times, I promise, your chin just decides to become a beard? It's really interesting. I don't know. It happens. And just put a little bit right there. Put a little right there too. So like I said, I always use that concealer to cover up my hyperpigmentation spots. Then I'm gonna go in with one of my buffer concealer brushes. This is from Morphe, by the way, which I don't know. Morphe's kind of doing something weird. I think they're going away, but yet they still release some products. It's kind of interesting. Els, let me know what you think in the comments below. But this is the Morphe M173 brush that I use to buff out my concealer. And we're gonna buff that on out. And the reason I buffed it out because you don't want to have globs of concealer up under your foundation because it looks weird, and it looks really, really weird when it's a sunny day and if you take a picture. People will be able to tell, so you always want to blend out, especially those edges of product. All right, and that is how we look with just concealer and primer buffed in. So very nice, already giving us an even base. That's kind of how I like it, so that way my foundation doesn't have to work too hard. Now for what you all care about, the main event. This is the new Juvia's Place I Am Magic Natural Radiance Foundation. Now I'm gonna read a little bit of the specs on this foundation so I can share what's so great about it. Just FYI, I am a radiant foundation girl. I love a good dewy or a satin skin type of finish. So when I saw Radiance was in the name, this was all up my alley. So this is supposed to be a buildable medium to full coverage, and it has proprietary active skincare ingredients in it. We got some vitamin A, we got some vitamin C, some antioxidants, and hydrate the skin. It comes in 33 shades, which, if you know, Juvia's Place isn't new to getting skin tones correct, especially for women that are in my skin range and deeper, as well as some that are lighter too. So they have a very good history and track record with pigmentation. I gotta give them that. Let's see, it's supposed to be weightless and breathable. It's supposed to be non-cakey. It's supposed to have a visible veil of perfection effect. So it has a blurring effect. So, okay. I'm always intrigued. So they had other foundations. Their first foundation they came out with was like a velvet matte that came in those orange tubes. I hated that foundation. Velvet and matte, ugh. It's just no. Again, I'm a satin and dewy and radiant girl. I'm glad they went back to the drawing board and redid the foundations. So here we are. The foundation has a pump on the top, and apparently this stuff is very, very pigmented. I know when I tested it out in Ulta when I was matching myself for my shade, a little bit goes a very long way with this foundation, so you definitely get your money's worth. For reference, I am shade Punta Cuna, which is, I want to say number 435. I have all this in the description box below, just so you know. But yes, here is the shade on the back of my hand. There is some fragrance in here. It has a little bit of a fruitiness to it. So for those that are adverse or kind of nervous about fragrances in your foundations, this one has it in there. So just FYI. Always going with my trusty Fix Plus, which I've been using already in this video, just to wet my foundation brush. And yeah, let's get into the foundation. Take a little bit on the brush there, and now just applying it on the skin like that, you would think like, wait a minute, she done got like the wrong shade. But yes, this is not a blind test. Again, I did test it in Ulta. I knew I was going to be between this shade, which is Punta Cuna, and Rio. And I tried the shade Rio on, y'all, but let me tell you, I looked literally gold. I was so golden. And I asked the sales associate, young lady that was with me, I said, which side looks better? Because I had Punta Cuna all over one side and I had Rio all over the other side. And she was like, oh no, ma'am. You look yellow and gold over here, but this other one blends all the way into the skin. And as you can see, with that little bit of product, swab down the face, it blends in. And that is the shade, again, Punta Cuna, no makeup foundation. No makeup foundation. So just applying this was just my regular primer, my normal concealer I would use. I like this. I'm already liking the finish. It is looking radiant like it's supposed to. And I can tell it's going to give more of a glow and more of a youthful, like she's awake, she slept well last night, and she wants to meet people and get out and take on the world. It's giving that. So again, I'm just blending it in on the other side of my face. And y'all, I'm still working out of that one pump I did, just so y'all know for reference. This stuff is legit medium to full coverage for sure. That claim is accurate. Okay, Juvia's did something they made this foundation. I like it already. I like it. I like it. Now I do need a little bit more to finish this part of my face because we are lacking some coverage there, but I only squirted out a little bit more because, again, a little bit goes a very long way with this foundation. Definitely worth the money. And one thing I like about buying Juvia's Place at Ulta is that you can use your Ulta coupons and rewards on their products. You know, like the normal, like $3.50 off $15 coupon they always send out every month or in the app. You can use it on Juvia's Place because I know I use it on mine. And as always, I just pat my foundation all the way in, and now we have on foundation. The price of this foundation is $23. The amount of product you get in here, this is 40 ml. So this is, yeah, 30% more than you normally get compared to other foundations, and it's very affordable. Again, with the coupon, you can get it for right at under $20, which I think is fantastic, and you get more product than on average. Most foundations give you 30 ml of product. Again, this is 40. So this is already a win for me, just how it looks. And when it comes to my complexion products, I don't just walk around with just foundation because, as you can see, there's no dimension in the face and it looks weird without it because we naturally have shadows in the face. I'm gonna go in with my highlight concealer. This is the Faux Filter Concealer from Huda Beauty, and I wear the shade Praline 6.3N. The N stands for neutral because your girl is neutral. Just like my foundation has a neutral undertone, a little bit of this concealer goes a very long way too. Just saying, y'all. I'm gonna wet my sponge, my good old trusty beauty blender. As you can see, it's been through it. I almost need to retire this one, but the blue line, the sapphire ones, they were amazing. Because I'm telling you, all beauty blenders are not made the same. Each time they release them, I promise, some of them be having different textures. Some of them are rougher than others. Some of them are softer. I end up buying multiple of the blue sapphires. Just saying. Let me know what you think. Do you all still use beauty blenders? And do you feel there's a different texture with them? Let me know. And our concealer is blended all the way out under the eye. Going to set it with a little bit of my Laura Mercier translucent powder. And I use the translucent honey shade. The honey one has a little bit of a yellow tint to it, which works for my skin tone range. Take my big fluffy brush right here. So this is what I have in front of me. I normally would use like a flatter brush, but I washed my brushes this week and my flat brush that I would pat it in with is drying. But anyway, you just need a brush to put some on. I don't use a whole lot of powder. We don't bake like we used to as much, so it's more of a dusting these days. While that sits on, I'm gonna finish the rest of my complexion. And so to keep it simple, which this was featured in one of my favorites because I've been burning a hole in this. This is also from Juvia's Place. This is their bronzer duo, and this is the shade Tan. So we have the lighter shade and the deeper shade. I use the deeper shade. I'm gonna go in with my contour brush here. I use the deeper shade to actually contour. So I'm gonna go in the hollows of my cheek and around my jawline. Contoured, not contoured, contoured, not contoured. So just to accentuate my cheekbones more. The same thing on this side. Around the hairline. Now we're going to bronze. Going to go in with that lighter shade up top like we discussed at the beginning. Use my big fluffy angled bronzer brush. This is also from Morphe. It's an E42 brush. And I just sweep that on a little more freely. Bronzer warms up the face. Again, we're bringing that color and dimension back into the face. I'm so happy it's sunny today because sunny days make for better makeup days. Like I opened the window and everything while I'm filming this. And you know what? I'm gonna add a little bit to my nose. So when it comes to like carving out the nose a little bit more, I do not use the contour shade because that's just too harsh of a line. I don't want to look like I had a nose job. I go in with the bronzer shade because it's softer. And I always start right up under the brow and bring it down. Same thing over here. And I do it ever so lightly because you don't need a lot again, or you start to like you had a nose job. So we have all of those lovely ingredients on the face. Now I always like to dust everything off and blend everything in with my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Powder. I alternate between dark and dark golden depending on how I feel the day. I just grabbed the dark powder today and we're gonna dust this all over the face. Again, wiping off that excess powder that I had under my eyes that I was setting with. This way everything just looks more harmonious. As you can see, I have used this thing almost up. It is down. No worries though, I already got a backup on deck. I love my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. Been using it for years. And after I get done doing that part of the routine, the all over face powder, I always like to melt everything into my skin with some Fix Plus and the fan dries everything faster. To finish out my complexion routine, because just like I do my contour and bronzer, I always go in with a blush. I'm gonna use my favorite trusty 90% of the videos I wear. This is the blush I'm wearing, and this is from NARS. This is a duo, but this is the color Sin that I wear. I have ran through so many of Sin blushes. It's my ultimate all-time favorite blush. It's a plummy shade and it just works for my complexion. So I'm gonna pop a little bit here using an angled brush. Pop a little bit here on the cheek. Pop a little bit here. Just swoop it on there. Add a little more on that side. And I mean, what's a cheek moment without some highlighter? Going in with my MAC in Extreme Dimension highlighter, and this is Whisper of Guilt, the OG. Go in with a little bit of that on the high points, because we like glow here. I mean, the foundation is giving radiance, so we're gonna keep the same energy. And that is my complexion routine using the new Juvia's Place I Am Magic Natural Radiance Foundation. That is such a mouthful. Again, I purchased mine in Ulta. I'm so glad they have the displays. All in all, based on what I see, how I've been using it, I do enjoy this foundation. This was very much needed. I'm glad they got rid of the other stuff. And just, we're not even gonna talk about the orange tubes no more. Just know, if you're going to get Juvia's Place makeup foundation in particular, get the new one, the Natural Radiance one. This stuff is beautiful. Very, very beautiful. I'm here for this. I like how it looks. Let me know what you think. As you all can see, I also did my normal complexion routine. This is literally my normal step-by-step process of how I do my makeup. I don't care what foundation I'm using. That's how I do it. So let me know what you think in the comments below. And yeah, let me know if you want to see any other routines concerning makeup. Yes, because I can think of some other ones. But as you all have been asking, again, makeup is definitely back on the channel, and I have some other things we will be doing. Very, very excited. I will catch y'all in the next video. Bye y'all.